I hook grip my deadlifts, and I believe that everyone else should too. So the reason we have to mix our grip, the reason we can't just double overhand grip everything with our thumbs around, is because the thumb is a weak point. It's just like if someone grabs your wrist, you should try to pull your arm away toward their thumb because that's going to be the weakest point, right? So we can double overhand grip deadlifts, double overhand grip deadlifts to a certain point, and then we just won't be able to lift it anymore. And then the conventional idea is to mix grip. So I switch to one hand over, one hand under. This has two problems. One is I might tear my bicep on the underhand side. So if there's any jerking of the weight or any shrugging or even like just bending from maybe overusing my upper back in the deadlift and not using enough hip drive, I can tear this bicep very, very easily. There are lots of ways around it, but the risk is always kind of there. You could use straps, but that's kind of seen as a wimpy way out in terms of deadlifting. So the solution is to hook grip. Thumbs inside the fingers, looks like this. Thumb inside, wrap the fingers around, very secure. Now I can go double overhand grip and never have any grip issues. Okay. The other thing about this is it's symmetrical. With that over-under grip, one side's always going to be stronger, even if I switch every single set, even if I'm really anal about it and switch every time. Upper back muscular imbalances will probably develop, and when I pull, I'll probably end up, kind of slouching to that underhanded side just a little bit, especially on very heavy attempts. So we really don't want that. So for both symmetry and that safety, avoiding that bicep tear, the hook grip is, I would say, most definitely the way to go. Now, there are problems with it. First of all, it hurts and it takes a while to get used to. So in a second, I'll kind of detail how I would work up to using it. The other problem is it doesn't really carry over to other stuff. So if I just double overhand, deadlift a lot, and maybe even mix grip, deadlift when I have to, my forearms, my grip will get very, very strong, and it'll carry over to other tasks like lifting dumbbells or kettlebells or even a bag of sand. It'll develop forearm muscle and grip strength for those purposes, and hook grip just doesn't do that. The position with that thumb locked inside the fingers is just too advantageous. And yeah, I guess I could hook grip my dumbbell rows, but again, it hurts, and especially the more reps you do, the worse the pain gets. So hook grip is more for low repetitions of heavy weights than it is for, repping out. So with that said, I would advise working into hook grip slowly, starting with just your warm-ups, hook grip style. Then you can switch to double overhand. Then you can switch to mixed grip if you really want to keep it, or you can do straps for your heavier sets. Strapping, using wrist strap, strapping your hand to the bar. I'll do a video on that at some point. And that'll keep you, symmetrical and safe until your hook grip kind of gets used to the weight. Now, believe me, that hook grip will surpass your ability to handle weight very easily. I think I was just goofing around once and I hook grip deadlifted like 275 with one arm. And I definitely cannot deadlift, what's twice that, 540, 550 with my body. It just won't happen, right? So the hook grip will very quickly surpass your ability to handle weight at all if you just drill it enough. So there's no need to worry about that. The problem again is reps. You can't really do reps with hook grip because it hurts. So once your hook grip does develop to the point that you can max out with it no problem, like I said, you've got room to spare on your heavy deadlifts. Warm up with a double overhand grip, so you still get the grip benefits. Switch to a hook grip when it gets heavy. So this is of course going to be your advantageous grip for the heavy sets. And again, once you get used to it, it doesn't really require all that much maintenance work. You don't need to hook grip everything to hook grip your heavy deadlifts. Then if you need to do reps, switch to straps. There's nothing wrong with doing straps. Using straps for your deadlift. I strap up on all my repetition sets now, just to because the hook grip hurts and because I'm not willing to mix my grip, again, due to the risks and the imbalances involved. So every time I max out, every time I test my 1 rep max or maybe even my 2 or 3 rep max, I'll use a hook grip. But for any type of just repetition work or anything, I'll strap up. So that's how it goes. Warm with the overhand, switch to hook grip for your low repetition sets, and then strap up for higher volume stuff. Is kind of how it goes once you switch to hook grip. Now again, you won't get the all-around grip development that you will just from holding onto a bar normally like this. So you might have to do some extra grip work, whether that's farmer's carries, whether that's single arm kettlebell swings, again, where the handle is just thick and you need to hold on to it. It's a ballistic movement. You can't hook grip a kettlebell unless you've got really big hands. Or anything else. It could be, grippers. It could be lifting and loading and carrying sandbags. There are a whole bunch of different ways to develop grip strength. You could even just hang from a thick bar or do thick bar pull-ups for time or something like that, thick bar holds, to develop your grip strength. So there's very easy ways to make it catch up that don't require much time or effort at all. And again, hook grip is going to be your king for your deadlift itself, for the heavy work. So that's kind of the theory behind it. That's how I would adjust to it, and that's how I would work with that grip weakness just for your all-around development with hook grip.